Hello, I am Navari, and this is Undimmed. Beyonce's Renaissance is highly inspirational, highly anticipated, and honestly, I cannot stop putting it in my rotation every single day. Enjoy. Okay, so it was July 28th, a few minutes before 11 p.m. in my case, where we were about to begin the newest era of Beyonce, kickstart off with her Renaissance album. Honestly, after an entire month of waiting and anticipation, I was lounging languidly in my bed, waiting for 11 p.m. to hit where the songs would be available. And when it finally was time to click play, my breath was instantly taken away with "I'm That Girl" because it instantly starts off with "These motherfuckers ain't stopping me." And I can honestly say the imagery that comes to mind is literally a nice callback to her self-titled opener, Pretty Hurts, and Lemonade's Pray You Catch Me, where you go through so much emotion, grief, heartbreak, love, loss, longing, ambition, desire, where it just comes full circle to I gotta do whatever. And that is what "I'm That Girl" is to me. Like, I gotta do what I wanna do, go with my looks. It's like whatever. I can't really care too much about the standards about other people being prettier or better dressed. It's just like I gotta be able to look in the mirror and find a peace of mind so I can step out into the streets. And honestly, the way that Beyonce affirms herself and it's just she sounds good on all these songs because they sound good because she's on them. I'm just like, wow. I was impressed. I was stunned. And the imagery that came to mind for me personally was literally like black and white, but I'm the only thing in color. And it's like, those moments where you're just like, I'm going through it. But I gotta power through it. I gotta stay strong. Not because I just got other people that rely on me, but because I gotta be there for me. I gotta be the strong one for me. And it's also being strong means I can admit it's okay that it's not okay. I'm that girl literally is just like the title to those who labeled their chapter no self sabotage, but it's also those who were just like, I gotta be aware of how I do come off. And honestly, I just is so geeked when I first play because it's like that, the backing track and her lyrics. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. Oh gosh, like, I'm that girl. It's just like the word that comes to mind is affirmation. The whole album's an affirmation, but that song literally kick started off a hell of a show. When I hear Beyonce's "CoZy," the word that comes to mind is aggrandize, where you take all of your cuts, your nicks, your scars, your bruises, both real, imagined, and faded with time, and lay them with gold and lay them with any color that you see fit to actually improve and make yourself feel better about who you are, where you've been, and what you have done and what you plan to do. The imagery that comes to mind, honestly, is like standing in front of a mirror, literally just admiring just yourself very narcissistically, but it also gives me the imagery of stepping out into the streets and seeing all the vivid colors that the town has to offer, the people to meet, the food to try. That reminds me of the way I would take myself out on self dates. It reminds me of the way where there is something more to this world that you is waiting to be discovered. And it's never too late to actually throw yourself into something new. The way that Beyonce uses the colors of the pride flag to paint the town, purple drink and couture gowns, gold fangs, green eyes, envious, blue souls, red spicy cinnamon that lines the city streets, and not to mention the use of T.S. Madison's quote, dark skin, dark brown, beige, fluorescent beige, bitch, I'm black. Because, rooting for everyone black is such a beautiful sentiment to me. And black is beautiful. Black is luxury. Black is the color that absorbs and welcomes every single other color in the spectrum, which means it's just a beautiful song of affirmation and knowing your worth and knowing who you are and who you want to be. And it also reminds me of Already. It reminds me of Flawless. It reminds me of Brown Skin Girl, where I wouldn't trade you for anybody else. Yeah, it's like already have a crown on your head. Not to mention you wake up flawless, you post up flawless. Not to mention there are days where I personally have meticulously went over myself from my skincare routine to the products that I cloak myself around. And there are days where everything clatters to the floor and it's just like, okay, you know what? I did my essentials and I'm good with that. I didn't twist my hair. I didn't, meticulously apply every drip of moisture, but I'm okay because I'm comfortable with who I am. And that's what the song reminds me. It says, like, I don't need you to respect me. I respect me. I don't need you to love me. I love me. If you want to know me, you can know me. You just got to change your mind. And honestly, CoZy is still in rotation. It's one of my top 5 songs personally. And this is not me showing bias. I'm just like, this is a reminder that I really do enjoy this album. And this was the second song on the album. And hearing it made me get up wanting to dance initially from the first listen. It's when I hear Alien Superstar, aka Unique, I think of not just technical difficulties in the club while you're draped in your finery and getting ready to dance, even more so. I was thinking of anime that invoke transformation into becoming who you dreamed of becoming, because the way this song was layered and created, I was just in love with, like, I wanted to grab my own crystal and invoke the light of my guiding star with a crystal power makeup and become an otherworldly being, just like my heroes from anime, my heroes of academia, the Digimon, the Pokemon, my X-Men to me. Like, and then I was affirmed of this belief over the next few days because there were so many clips of Digimon, Pokemon, Sailor Moon, X-Men, other animes that invoke transformation and henshins with Alien Superstar playing over them. And I was like, I was so proud because it maybe reminded me of the young kid that rushed home to watch Tanami and played Kingdom Hearts and but goes over every details of his Pokemon and Digimon. And it was so reassuring to see that so many other black creators also felt the same way. It reminded me of the way that I just fall in love with my city every time I step into it. It reminds me of the way I fall in love with pictures I've taken by myself, and it also reminds me of the way I painstakingly go over my own self to take modeling pictures for my portfolio. And honestly, this was the most magical song on the album. I was already dancing, but again, I was ready to like have my spin around like Sailor Moon and transform into a being that I dreamed of, because that's what it makes me think of. It makes me think of like Witch, where the heart of Kandrakar transformed the girls into the being bodies and girls that they dreamed of becoming. It makes me think of the way that, you work hard to present yourself as this otherworldly, untouchable, ethereal being that is not just you, but it's also the aspect that you dream of becoming. The songs that came to mind as I listened to this one was like Haunted, Find Your Way Back, Sweet Dreams, and A Beautiful Nightmare. Oddly enough, Love Drought, because I was just like, the song reminds me, it's just like, not only am I becoming this person that wants to be some otherworldly being, I also want to invoke that in other people that surround themselves with me. Like, you cannot help but admire this beauty that I am becoming, that I am already. Oh, it also invokes already, crown on your head. But That's why I just adored this. Like, I really did feel unique listening to Alien Superstar. Love. This might have only been part one, but there will be multiple parts because this album deserves it. It's beautiful, it's amazing, and I hope to see you soon.